Now I'll introduce the pop-up control. A pop-up is different from most other controls as it uses the window class as the base class. A window is a container class that is used directly and not included in another container. Therefore, as the window can be displayed on the screen without being attached to another container, the developer must manually delete the window when it needs to be removed. The window class has the pop-up, message box, context menu, and time picker subclasses. A pop-up is a window that is located at the center of the screen, covers a part of the screen, and is modal. Let's see how we can create a pop-up. In general, you can create a pop-up in any part of a program. First, create and construct the pop-up. Then, set the pop-up title and add additional controls to the pop-up. In most cases, a pop-up has simple buttons, such as the OK and Cancel buttons. Create these controls, add a listener to them, and add them to the pop-up. After that, display the pop-up on the screen. As I mentioned previously, a pop-up is a modal window. It cannot receive input from another part of the screen. Therefore, controls on the pop-up should be used to remove the pop-up, so add the OK and Cancel buttons, and make the button listeners hide the pop-up. Finally, if the pop-up is no longer necessary, the developer should manually delete the pop-up. Let's have a look at an example of creating a pop-up. First, create a pop-up in the heap and construct it by specifying the size. Then, set the pop-up title and create a button named Push. Assign an ID and an event listener to the button and add the button to the pop-up. This completes the general pop-up creation procedures. If the pop-up is to be displayed on the screen in a part of the program, you can do this by setting the Set Show State of the pop-up to True and calling the Show function of the pop-up. We have implemented the code so that if the button of the pop-up is pressed, the pop-up disappears. When the button is pressed, the show state of the pop-up is set to false, and then the form below the pop-up is drawn and shown, so that the pop-up is removed from the screen. Finally, if the pop-up is no longer required, you have to explicitly delete the pop-up. In this lecture, we learned about the roles of a frame and a form in the bada UI framework, as well as the listener interface that is used to handle events in bada. We confirmed that all controls handle events such as the focus, touch, key, drag, and drop events, and we also learned that each control requires specific event listeners. We saw actual examples of lists and pop-ups. The list class provides functions to display multiple items in sequence, and the pop-up class provides the modal window function that is generally used in a UI.